It's time to take off your clothes, enjoy clothes-free living, and join us for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists.
Welcome to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, the show that celebrates clothes-free living for all. I'm your host, Frank Stone.
And I'm your correspondent, Lisa Monroe, and I'll be reporting on all things within the naturist community. So it's time to get naked and join us.
And enjoy clothes-free living on Naked, Nudists, and Naturists. Well, greetings and welcome to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 136 today. Really glad that you're with us for this Wednesday extravaganza. I think it's our 14th consecutive Wednesday. When we did the first one on July 31st this year, we said we'll do most Wednesdays. Well, we've done every Wednesday since then, including today. We will take a break at some point on a Wednesday. No breaks on Saturdays. We still come to you live every Saturday morning, 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time on Spotify. And then this show on most Wednesdays, although it's been all Wednesdays so far, every Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern Time. If you can be with us when the show drops, so much the better. We listen to it right after it drops. So if you're listening then, you're listening with us. And you can even hit us up on social media during the show if you'd like to do so during that time. But if not, if it's not convenient, you listen to it whenever. While you're driving to work, maybe during lunch, maybe at night. Maybe you have to split it up into 2 or 3 sections over 2 or 3 days. Whatever you do, however you do it, we're just glad that you do it. As we're celebrating the joys of naturism, nudism, clothes-free living for all, twice a week now, Wednesdays and Saturdays. So come on in. The pool is fine. The hot tub is fired up. The grill is going full bore with everything you can imagine. Fruits and vegetables off to the right. Cold drinks off to the left. Hot drinks inside. We have that hammock outside the pool. You need a quick break, need a quick nap, that's your place to go. We have a putting green behind the pool area. Help yourself out there. Practice your putting a little bit. We have a cigar bar inside the pool area in the back left corner. And we also have extra towels, lotion, chairs, you name it. The only thing that you have to do is just show up. Show up, be yourself, be authentic, be genuine, be as God intended for you to be, and just get your clothes off and enjoy clothes-free living for all of the right reasons with us. For the next, it's always hard to say on these Wednesday shows. Saturdays, it's definitely 1 hour. Be with us for the next hour. On Wednesdays, we kind of bob and weave right around probably kind of sort of 50 minutes or so. We're just glad that you're here. And we do look forward to this time together. We say that on most shows, but it's true. We really do. We talk about you all the time. That's right. If your ears are burning, it's because we're talking about you. We enjoy our listeners. We enjoy the interaction. And we enjoy this community. Somebody wrote us a note the other day, and we get these all of the time, but the most recent one was just the other day. A lady said she appreciates this show because it makes her feel for the first time in her life that she's not weird. And a lot of people have been through that. And we've talked to people about that multiple times here privately. I like to get home. I like to be naked all of the time. Is there something wrong with me? No. In fact, everything is right with you. That's basically our answer. Because that is how we were born. People sometimes use that as a joke. Well, if we're supposed to be naked, God would have had us be born naked. And ha ha ha. Well, okay, you want to be cute and funny, that's fine. Nothing wrong with laughing. But it's also true. We were born naked. I didn't have a tuxedo on. I'm guessing you didn't either. Or a dress, or a skirt, or a pantsuit, or shorts and a t-shirt, or whatever. You had nothing. You came into this world totally clothes-free. Society put clothes on us. We were supposed to be clothes-free, supposed to live clothes-free, which is why when you are clothes-free, you're probably at your happiest. You can't wait to get to that point, get home, get those clothes off. Now I feel great. We know the feeling all too well here, and those who are, lack of a better term, home nudists, nobody knows you love being clothes-free. But some people have had that notion, there's something wrong with me. I can't keep my clothes on. I don't know what's going on. No, there's nothing wrong with you at all. It's just the opposite. Now, if you get naked and hop out of the bushes and surprise people, yeah, you might want to get some help for that, but that's not what we're talking about at all. We're talking about being your best self, your genuine self, and clothes-free living for all of the right reasons. Well, on today's show, Lisa Monroe is, as we speak, walking through the door. We're going to get her headphones on. We have a letter from Marc, Marc from France, nudeandhappy.com. We're going to share that with you and discuss it. And the word on the street is that Doobie Don and Hicksbille Hank are coming to the studio to sing a song for you today. Would have been nice if they'd be here, right now. So we don't have anxiety in the studio. Are they coming? Are they not coming? I don't know. But as recently as last night, they confirmed they're coming in, so hopefully they'll show up. And when they do, we'll put them to work, and we'll bring them in, and they'll sing a tune, and hopefully the world will be better off for it. We'll see. But you are listening to Naked Nudists and Naturists, episode 136 today. Thank you for being with us. We really look forward to this every Wednesday and every Sunday. Now, I don't know about you, but over the last few moments or so, I keep hearing this sound in my headphones, and as I'm kind of sort of listening while talking at the same time, it sounds like music playing. Do you hear the music? Let's listen for a second. Oh, yes. I hear music. I'm sure you hear it too. And that can only mean one thing around here. When you hear that music, it is time for the great, the terrific, the completely over-the-top, fully clothes-free and fully smiling, our naturism correspondent, Lisa Monroe. And here she is, a one-of-a-kind, a completely over-the-top, fully clothes-free and fully smiling, our naturism correspondent, Lisa Monroe. Good morning, Lisa. How are you today?
Good morning, Frank. I'm doing terrific this morning. It's sunny. It looks gorgeous outside. I know there's some nasty stuff floating around here, but it's looking okay.
It is, and I've had a great few days since we last talked. Lots of naked working in the yard time. Places I can do that where nobody will see me, unless they come back there, but nobody ever does. What a way to go through life. And, a lot of times people will hear, not naturists, but people on the outside, oh, he's working out naked outside, and they'll make something of it. No, there's nothing of it. It just really feels good to be normal and natural as we are intended to be. And I know you agree, right?
Absolutely. Clothes don't stick to you. You get hot and sweaty when you're doing things outside. And even if you're wearing skimpy clothes, just a t-shirt and shorts or something, you get pretty darn sticky. And it's just nice to not have that to worry about.
No, but even if I were raking something, like chopped a bunch of stuff down, had to rake it up. If I have a short sleeve shirt on, obviously I'm not going to wear a long sleeve, but a short sleeve, as I'm doing the raking motion, I can feel that little tug on my sleeve.
Yep.
Not much, probably less than 1% in the tugging factor, but enough that I'm consciously aware of it. Like, just a little irritant, nothing big. But with that shirt off, and no tugging sensation at all from the shirt because it's not there. And that's what I mean. Just feel totally free because you are free, right?
And certainly, and I think too that people who don't ever are able to go out and do things like that naked probably don't even realize that they're having that restriction. Yeah. But once they do know, it's like, oh, please, I gotta get this thing off now.
Yeah, it's over at that point. And to be clear, and I did a lot of work in the front yard as well. I did have clothes on there. So just I wanted to put that out there so people don't start thinking, wow, he worked all over the yard naked. No, not all over the yard, but in many places. The safety zone, right?
Yes, there is the safety zone. I read the other day, and I had not seen what the actual law was, and I'm not even sure if this is true, but they said in Florida, you can be naked in your backyard as long as you're not offending anyone, but apparently not in the front yard. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it's a backyard only.
Oh. Well, what I read was you can be naked in your own yard as long as you're not doing anything inappropriate, sexually inappropriate, trying to turn people on, that kind of stuff. But if you're just doing what I was doing, putting mulch down, raking up leaves and vines and whatever, allegedly, legally, you can do that in Florida. I've not tested that law yet. I guess there's a guy who did somewhere around Stewart, Florida. Does that sound about
I
right?
think it was a few years ago, and
Yeah.
he was absolved of all guilt because he was in his yard, and I think he was in his front yard doing it, or he had a side yard that was visible from the street. And but that's what I'd always heard was that you could be as long as you're not doing anything inappropriately, you could be in your yard. But this is the first time I'd seen it backyard, and I'm just wondering if the laws changed and we don't know it.
I don't know. It always goes back to this, at least to me. In anything in life, if you don't like it, you don't want to see it or hear it, don't look, don't listen. There are some bands out there that, to me, I won't
Mhm.
identify them, but I don't ever want to hear their stuff. I've heard a snippet here or there. It's just awful. Don't play that. So if somebody plays it, I'm not going to listen to it. Why can't people do that with naturism? Oh my gosh, there's Frank working in the yard. Honey, let's look to the west today instead of to the east, and we'll have a pleasant day. Why not put it on them to not stare at me? Hey, there's a novel idea.
Exactly. And in this day of internet trolls, you keep wondering why people even bother, but some people really seem to enjoy not liking something, going against someone, yelling at them or whatever and taking offense. And, you just scroll past. You don't need to comment on anything I put down. Just, go away. If you're not interested and you don't like this, we don't need you.
That's true. Well, speaking of novel ideas, and they don't call me
Yes.
the king of transitions for nothing.
Wow, I am so impressed.
Yeah, because you know what's coming. The listeners don't, but they will in a moment. They'll probably just stare at their computer for a minute. They can't believe what a great transition this has been. But the novel idea transfers to this coming Saturday, November 1st, National Authors Day. How about that? Are you excited?
Yes, I am. I think it's great because authors are important. They're entertained, they inform, they give some advice in some cases, and I think that written word is an important thing.
Yeah, and I looked it up on the interwebs, and the first thing that came up was the sheet that I gave you. If you don't mind, can you read the first couple of paragraphs there?
I will be happy to. National Authors Day is celebrated on November 1st to honor American authors and the books they write. The day encourages people to celebrate by reading their favorite books, purchasing works by their favorite authors, and sharing their literary experiences online using the hashtag National Authors Day. The date is November 1st. The origin is the tradition started in 1928 when Nellie Byrne Burt McPherson proposed a day to honor American authors. It was officially recognized by the United States Department of Commerce in 1949.
Yeah, it took her over 20 years to get that through. And I read somewhere her daughter continued the tradition on after the
Mm-hmm.
mother, after Nellie passed away, the
Mm-hmm.
daughter took over. So it is National Authors Day, and it's the key word there is national
Mm-hmm.
because it only applies to the United States. I don't know if there's an International Authors Day. There probably is. If not, maybe we can invent one by tomorrow. Who knows? We were going to mention this on this coming Saturday show, but looking at the schedule, it's very tight, and we would not have this kind of time to discuss it on Saturday. It'd be pretty much, oh, today's National Authors Day. Anyway, on today's show, we don't want to do an injustice to
Yeah,
the authors out there.
no.
And we've had many authors on this show, and I contemplated listing them off. And then I thought, what if we miss one? We probably wouldn't because we keep lists and logs of everything. But what if we did miss one? That would be the worst thing in the world to do to an author. Oh, good. They're listing off the author who's been on my show. I'll listen for my name, and then they don't hear their name. Yeah, we could mention it the next show, but it's just not the same. So we won't do that. You know who they are. You've been listening to the show since July 1st of 2023, and we've had a lot of authors on this show. But they list ways to celebrate. Read a book by a favorite author. Do you have a favorite author other than yourself, of course?
Well, I'm not sure I'm my favorite, but I'm sometimes my worst critic. But yes, I do. And my favorite author is a gentleman by the name of John D. McDonald. And he wrote I'm sure a lot of people remember the movie Condominium and several big books that are like that. But he also wrote a series about a salvage operator out of Fort Lauderdale. Travis McGee. And there was like a whole series of books, all with a color in the name. And and they were just fascinating because probably the best observer of life and how people behave that I've ever seen. And my dad actually handed me one of those books when I was 16. And the very first one, it said, start reading him now, and you'll learn everything you need to know about life. And in a lot of ways, he was right. Incredible author.
Okay, I don't actually have a favorite author. Believe it or not, I know most people do. I just don't. I pick up whatever's of interest to me, content-wise, topic-wise. I guess when I was a kid, I think I read just about every book in the Hardy Boys series that was available then,
Yes.
and probably a couple other series. But nowadays, I just look for a title, the content, and being a male, of course, I thought I'd say it before you did. I'm more into the nonfiction and biographies and autobiographies, not so much the fiction, although that's kind of where you lean. Is that right?
I'm predominantly a fiction writer. Wrote a lot of things work-wise before, but I'm mostly a murder mystery serial killer person. Just remember that.
I was thinking, should I be frightened?
Yes. No, I'm kidding.
A little more careful on the show here.
Yes, I think you should be.
All right.
Oh, I've now found something that works. That's pretty cool.
Well, if you're into murder mysteries, I don't know. So read a book by a favorite author, purchase the book to support an author. And I want to get into a couple of these in just a moment. Share your favorite novels and authors online with that same hashtag, National Authors Day. Write a note to your favorite author. That's the big one I want to hit on. And the last one, fly the American flag. I don't know how that celebrates National Authors Day because people won't know why you're flying it. But why not? Every day is a good day to fly the flag. So let's do it this Saturday too, National Authors Day. You okay with that?
Yes, I'm fine with that because, it is a national holiday. So fly the flag on a national holiday. That works for me.
All right. Well, we have a couple of things coming up on the show today. And before we do, I want to talk about writing a note to your favorite author. But we have a letter from Marc from France we want to read. And I was told, and these are friends of yours, maybe you have more information than I do, that Doobie Don and Hicksbille Hank are coming in to sing a song. Is that your understanding as well?
It is.
Okay.
They decided it was about time they came back.
We are several minutes into the show. They're not here yet. So hopefully they will arrive at some point and we'll be good to go.
I'll text them and make sure they're on the way.
Okay. Well, back to write a note to your favorite author. I've done a lot of writing as well. You've done more than I have. Being a writer/author is a very lonely activity, whether it's your profession or something you do for fun or anything in between. And you never know if other people are going to accept it. You put your heart, soul, body, blood, mind, and maybe eat food you shouldn't eat and not drink the best things either. And you just don't know how people are going to accept it. So when an author, I think I can say this for every author who's ever lived. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But if they get a note saying, hey, I read your book called whatever, or I read your blog post on this, that makes their day and might actually carry them for several days, several weeks, several months. Just that one note complimenting their work. Do you agree with that?
I certainly do. And I know that even if an author posts a story on some medium, there's a posting place called Medium. There's one called Vocal. And there's a whole bunch of places, various online magazines, just, the casual story writer posts there and they get reviews. People will, say most of the time you don't see a lot of negatives on those sites. And that one review that says, I love this. Can you write more of this story? Can you do more? That's an encouragement that authors need because I don't know about a lot of them. I don't write for a huge audience. I don't really care if I have 50,000 hits or 500 hits or 5, because for me, it's the process that I love so much. And I'm not going to be really stupid enough to say that doesn't matter. It does matter. But that one, wow, I love this story, thanks, or something really helps an author feel good and it validates what they're doing and they will learn and they'll continue to learn to grow and give more.
Yeah. The only thing I would personally ask is in society today, it seems like a lot of people compliment everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they read a book. Oh, what a great book. What a terrific book. What a great book. I loved your book. Well, they don't give any details, first of all.
No.
But secondly, they complement everything. So when they say write a note to your favorite author, probably only do that if you really like something that they wrote or have written. Don't just go, wilding in the wild, writing 50,000 notes to 50,000 authors. Make it have meaning, not just because you want to be cool for the day. So if you have a favorite author or a favorite book or a favorite columnist, newspaper writer, blogger, whatever, just send them a note. And again, that's this Saturday, November 1st, National Authors Day. Any last words on National Authors Day? Otherwise, we'll move ahead.
No, just everybody go out and read a book. And if you want to hear some of your favorite authors, go back to our episode page and scroll through and you'll find, several of the naturist authors that have been on the show and can take a listen to them and what they have to say.
All right. Well, let's move on. Okay. Behind you, Lisa, I think I've mentioned this before. I can see over your head out through the glass into the lobby. Your back is to the lobby. Don't turn around yet.
Yes.
But when you turn around, you'll see the infamous Doobie Don, Hicksbille Hank have arrived. I'm waving to Hank, and Don appears to be non-responsive, but hopefully he'll be somewhat responsive by the time we bring him in. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that. I think Jennifer knows enough now to give him coffee the second she sees him. So that should make a much better situation for everybody.
She's not here. She left as soon as we started.
Oh, that's right.
But she did leave them a note telling him where everything was. So
we'll open the coffee pot.
Yeah, why don't we do this? Let's get to Marc's letter. We'll go through about half of it. We'll bring those guys in. We'll get rid of them, which is a really important part of the show. And then we'll finish up Marc's letter. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, sounds fine to me.
Okay, so we have this letter from Marc of nudeandhappy.com in France. And before we read it, I was thinking when we got this, there are certain people around here in the naturism community that we discuss or we interact with. They're known by first name only. And Marc is one of them. I never say, oh, got an email from Marc. You never ask Marc who. You immediately know who I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Can you think of some celebrities also one name only? And in some cases, we don't even know their last name. We just go by the first name only.
Well, I mean, Prince came to mind immediately. Yeah. Elvis, even though we know Presley, we always go Elvis.
Yeah.
I think George, Paul, Ringo, and John. I mean, the four Beatles. You don't have to have the last names. I have to say those four, and everybody knows who they are. So, I think people can become very identified with just that one name.
Yeah. I was thinking like Madonna or Beyonce. People like that. And I was thinking Frank. Obviously, that would be Frank Stone, but some people might think it's Frank Sinatra. I don't even know was he really known by first name only? I don't think so. It was always Frank Sinatra. It wasn't just Frank.
It was Frank Sinatra or Sinatra more than anything.
Yeah.
Not the first name, but the delusions of grandeur there, Frank. Okay.
No, I was just playing along here. But anyway, we got a letter from Marc, and we both know immediately who Marc is, and I think the listeners do too now. It's Marc from France of nudeandhappy.com. Well, we've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun with how people write to us in the greetings. Hi, Frank and Lisa, or hi, Lisa and Frank. We've joked back and forth. Well, Marc has set the bar for comedy and a way to get around all the nonsense that I bring to the show. Lisa, why don't you read his greeting?
Hey, Frisa and Link.
He didn't put either one of us first. He didn't put either one of us last. It's just having fun. So we appreciate the humor. I cracked up and you did too.
I did. The second I read it, it was hilarious. So I love the clever wit, and that's pretty funny.
Hi, Frisa and Link. I know. Smiley face. I just wanted to drop you a quick note following episode 134 and the letter from Evan in Norway. And by the way, he wrote us a letter too, explaining his name is pronounced Evan, not Ivan or whatever we said before. So it's Evan from Norway, even though it's E-V-E-N. Looks like even, it's pronounced Evan. Anyway, you both mentioned how naturism is all about joy and freedom and how it can be tough to explain when you come home and immediately unclothe and feel great. I'll read the next paragraph, then turn it over to you. As I'm working out and listening to you both right now, you know I'm always naked when I work out. Yes,
Smart
we do,
man.
Marc. Yeah, that's right. We do the same thing. I honestly can't imagine it doing it any other way. There's something incredibly freeing about moving your body without clothes sticking to your sweat, and that's something I can't let go of. And you kind of mentioned that earlier in the show.
Right.
Okay, why don't you take the next paragraph?
Okay. It's fascinating how, as naturists, we get unclothed the moment we're home. There's something primal about nudity that society has kind of stripped away from us. Kids run around naked without a second thought, but as adults, we're told it's wrong. Many parents tell their kids to dress up or run after them to dress them up. I've seen this happen to textile beaches, and I feel this is just insane. For a moment, the child runs naked laughing. A moment later, he or she cries dressed up in a swimsuit. We need to protect young kids from the sun, though don't get me wrong here. And even as naturists, we should not stay away from the shade for too long.
Yeah, yeah, a whole lot in that. Well, all three paragraphs, I guess. But looking at the paragraph you just wrote, it's fascinating how, as naturists, we get enclosed the moment we're home. That is very true. I've done that forever. You've done that forever. And it's not even a look at me kind of thing. It could be literally nobody home. Those clothes are still coming off. And I can't quite explain it. And he mentioned that too. You can't quite explain it, but it just feels. What are the words he used? There's something primal about nudity that society has kind of stripped away from us. And it just feels great. And I told her, the one guy wrote in, I strip away the day or shower away the day when I get home. And I've always done that ever since I can remember, especially in the corporate world, Mr. Suit and tie and shoes, it just, the whole uniform you have to use for that world, that baby's coming off the second I walk in the door. I don't think I ever undid buttons or zippers as I was walking in like you did or still do. I wait till the door is shut and then, oh yeah, it's coming off. Any comment on that before we talk about the rest of it?
Yeah, I just think that, it's natural for human beings to be naked. That was kind of how we lived. And then as humans spread out, they started to clothe themselves with animal skins and things because they were in colder climates. So there was some necessity to it, but there's also way too much convention and culture attached to it and stigma. And it's just wrong. And we need to pull back from that, and people need to stop thinking, oh, it's bad. I can't believe they do that. Oh my goodness. And it's like, what's wrong with it? And they
Yeah.
can't really tell you other than they just don't like it.
Yeah. And as far as working out while naked, I go running on most days, whether it's at the beach or in the street. And I don't run nude anymore because one of our favorite people out there, well, I won't get into that story right now. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll save that for another time. But I'll have a pair of shorts on, absolutely no shirt. I will not ever run with a shirt on. And if it's too cold, then I won't run at all outside. I'll use the treadmill, clothes off, because it's just a totally different feeling when you're running with no clothes on, or minimal in my case,
Hmm.
or a whole bunch of clothes on. There's a big difference, isn't there?
There sure is. And, I'm not a huge runner, but I'm a walker.
Yeah.
And of course, when I have to walk in public, I can't be topless. So I wear the skimpy sports bra and and a pair of bike shorts and off I go. But, it's just wrong that we have to, I don't think naturists for the most part ever try to apply things to other people like, you must do this, you must do that, because it's wrong to give, to try to tell people what to do, but yet they will tell us what to do. In this one situation, they don't care. They're going to tell us you're wrong, and
Yeah.
that's not fair.
Yeah, no, that's true. And as far as kids, running around naked outside, they're having all kinds of fun. Then you got to put clothes on. They start crying, as
Hmm.
Mark said. I remember one time I was probably 3. That's the best I can remember being that age anyway. I was naked all the time, run outside and play naked. And one day I ran out the front door and I was walking down the street, and my mom called me back to the house. Thought, that's the last thing you want is you're leaving the house to go have fun with friends, and your mom's calling you back. Like, could
Yeah.
we wait till tonight? I'm sure I didn't say it like that, but oh, I don't want to come home. Oh, you have to come here now. Anyway, she meant business, so I went back home. I said, you know what? And she said, you can't be walking up and down the sidewalk with no clothes on. You have to put something on. And I didn't understand. And I kept asking, why? Why? I never have clothes on. Well, just trust me for now. When you're in the street or on the sidewalk, you have to have clothes on. Why? Why? This went on forever. And to this day, I don't know why. It's just other than society tells us we have to, which is the most ridiculous reason of all, isn't it?
It sure is. And, just, everyone should just kind of live their life the way they choose to and not interfere with other people. As long as there's nothing immoral or illegal about it, who cares? Just ignore it. Just go away. It's like you said, scroll past, walk on.
That's true.
Too many people don't.
That's right. Let me wave Doobie Don and Hicksbille Hank in. Hank I got his attention. He's getting Don's. Okay, they're coming in. While we're waiting them to get situated here, just a reminder, we are the official podcast, the American Association for Nude Recreation. Are you a member? If so, great. But if not, you can become one right now. Just go to aanr.com, follow the navigation of membership, and within moments, just like Lisa Monroe is and just like I am, you will be a fully fledged member of the American Association for Nude Recreation. How about that, Lisa?
Absolutely. Go out and join. It's a wonderful organization. They're doing a lot of work for us behind the scenes from things that we don't ever think about, but they impact us a lot in rules, regulations, and laws. And so go join AANR and support them.
Yep, sounds very good. You are listening to Naked Nudists and Naturists, episode 136 today. And before we finish up Marc's letter, Marc from nudeandhappy.com doesn't need a last name. Does Marc? We have two, I'll call them fine gentlemen, sitting in the studio with us. We never know how this is going to go, but let's say hello to Doobie Don. Good morning, Don. How are you today?
Good morning, Don.
Don, hello to Don, Earth to Don. Lisa, can you tap him on the shoulder?
Don, wake up.
Whoa. Whoa, what are you people doing in my house, man? This doesn't make any sense. Don, you're in the studio. We're ready to go to record. Oh, is that today? Yes, it's right now, Don. Why do you think you're here? That's a good question. I thought I was dreaming for a second. So I'm in the studio right now? Yeah. Lisa, he's in the studio, right? You see him as well as I do?
He's definitely in the studio. He's here physically in the studio. I'm not so sure about anything else, but
that's true.
We'll get there.
Yeah, you're here now, Don. Oh, I was going to have you call me to remind me to come in, but since I'm here, no need to call me, man. Yeah, okay, all right. We're good to go. And Don's a good friend of yours, Lisa, is that correct?
Why, yes, I guess I should claim that now. Yes, I've known Don and Hank for a very long time, back when we all lived in the same town together. And yeah, so they're okay. They're harmless, pretty much.
Right. Just giving credit where credit is due.
Oh, so you're blaming me? No,
okay.
I
didn't say that. All right. And let's welcome Hicksbille Hank to the show. Good morning, Hank. How are you today? Doggone some gun. Glad to be here, boys and girls. We got ourselves a good song. We changed a few words, of course. I think you're going to enjoy it and have a lot of time enjoying, having fun. Naked Nudists and Naturists, the podcast show, right? This is a podcast show, right? Yeah, as far as I know. That's exactly what it is. Okay. We changed some words, made it about naked stuff, and not really intended to be funny today. On a couple lines I think you'll laugh at, but it's going to be good. We all got our clothes off today. We is ready to go anytime you're ready. Okay.
Are we ready? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. A few people have written in about the background of you two gentlemen. And Don, is it okay if I tell people where you work? Yeah, it's I can tell them, man. I work at NASA. I just can't say much about what I do. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay. So NASA actually hired you. Yeah, I guess I don't remember much about my high school or college days, but I'm told I did pretty well. My grades were good, and NASA snapped me up, and I've been there ever since. And I don't remember going there too many days, but apparently I go there every day, and I guess I'm doing okay, man, because they haven't sent me home. Okay. Lisa, anything at all?
I'm hoping that he's doing okay, because it's a pretty important position to have.
Yeah.
There's lives at stake. So I think he's capable. He just every now and then forgets, exactly where he is on the planet. But
yeah. Okay.
It'll be okay.
All right. And Hank, how about yourself? You're not at NASA, right? You own some kind of a truck repair facility. Yeah. I knows me everything about trucks. You got yourself a pickup truck, need a repair, you bring it to me. It'll be done in record time. I keep the prices reasonable, and I think you'll enjoy it. All right. Now, did you go to college to learn this? No, I never go to no college. I finally, well, it's a long story, but I didn't get out of school until I was 25 years old. Oh, out of school, like high school. No, I never made it past the first grade. I was in first grade from age 6 to 25, and the principal, he drove himself a 1972 Pinto to school. And when I was 25, I bought me a brand new Corvette because I was making pretty good money at the shop. And when I pulled in the first grade boy, well, I was 25, and I had me a Corvette, the principal called me and said, "That's it, Hank. You gots to go. You're making me look bad. This is your last day," and I ain't been back since. All right.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what? Several months ago, before our 100th episode, I asked Lisa if she knew anybody who could come in and sing. And these are two of the guys you brought. So I guess thank you, Lisa, although I might need a gin and tonic when we're done. Just throwing it out there.
I'll bring the bottle, okay?
And we might even skip the tonic today. Just
yes, we might just do shots. That works for me.
All
Actually, these guys are pretty cool. So
okay. Yeah, I didn't say they weren't. It just puts me a little on edge. I'm usually used to being in control of the show, and I don't mean control in a bad way. Just I kind of know where the parts go. I don't know where the parts go when these gentlemen are here. But Don, back to you. What song are you doing? You familiar with Louis Armstrong, man? Oh yeah, big time entertainer. Played trumpet, sang. You remember him, Lisa, right?
Yes, very much.
Hello, Dolly, probably his biggest hit, but he had a billion hit songs. What song you guys doing? Well, it's we took his song "What a Wonderful World" and we changed a few tunes. Excuse me, I mean, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm saying, man. We changed a few words, and it's "What a Wonderful Naked World, what a Wonderful Nude World." It's just wonderful to be naked, man. Okay, all right, and Hank, you're good to go. Yeah, you just hit the music. Hit the play button. We're going to sing along here in the studio. I kick it off, and then Don jumps in, and we have a couple of lines together. And since I start the whole thing off, Don gets to end the thing, and we just kind of split things up equally. I think y'all is going to have a good time. Oh, all right. Lisa, you ready to go?
I am.
All right. For better or worse, for running to the liquor store or not, here is Doobie Don, Hicksbille Hank, their rendition of, I don't know, what's the title again, Don? Well, you can call it whatever you want. It's a wonderful nude world or whatever you want. Okay, here they go with a wonderful nude world.
I see some guns sun at the beach and at resorts too. I really know that it's time to not be rude, and I say to myself, it's wonderful to be nude. I see them doggone skies of blue and clouds of white. It's time to get naked in broad daylight, and I say to myself, it's wonderful to be nude. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of naked people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, it's time to get nude. I hear them doggone babies cry. I some gun watch them grow. They'll learn more about being naked than I'll ever know. And I say to myself, it's wonderful to be nude. Yeah.
Holy cow. That's
Wow.
almost unbelievable. Lisa, any comments?
These guys are not bad at what they do. They've been entertaining a group of naturists for a long time, and they're a lot of fun to have in group events. And so they didn't do too bad. That was a pretty cool way to do that song.
Yeah, I got to hand it to you. Don, terrific job.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, we've been working pretty hard. I figured you'd enjoyed it. Clothes-free living for all the right reasons. We're clothes-free right now, singing about being clothes-free. What could possibly go wrong, man? And you probably don't even need the gin, right?
Well, I haven't said that yet. How about you, Lisa? You okay?
Well, I'm okay, I think.
Yeah.
They did such a great job. I think we'll just have to give them a pass. And yeah, they did great.
Yeah, the music calmed me down a little. And Hank, terrific job to you as well. Yeah, doggone some gun. We've been working our butts off. I was going to say we've been working our fannies off, but then I know them people in the UK will start writing emails and you be all mad at me. So we ain't been working our fannies off. We've been working our butts off. Is that okay to say? Yes, and thank you for saving us from billions of emails.
Yes.
But terrific job, guys. And, I'm always a little on edge when you come in because I'm never sure how this is going to go, but it ends up going well. So we're going to let you guys go for now. We have to get back to Marc's email. Doobie Don, thank you again, sir. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, anytime, man. Just let me know. I enjoy singing, man.
All right. And Hicksbille Hank, thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Yeah. Anytime you boys and girls need me, you just give me a call. We'll come on down. Okay. All right, guys. Turn their mics off. Have a great day.
Take care.
Yeah, you guys can go out. Help yourself with coffee. And Lisa, did you bring brownies in? You said you were going to. I didn't see them.
Yes, they're out there.
All right.
If there are any left after Don came in. So
Okay.
I'm sure he has the munchies. So anyway.
All right. They know where to find them. All right. Well, I don't know where to go from here.
They're a hard act to follow. What can I tell you?
Don't want to have Jen on the show.
No.
I will sip my coffee and then we'll finish up with Marc, who doesn't need a last name.
No.
Kind of like Beyonce and Madonna. Not that he looks like either one of them, but you get the idea.
He's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, Cher is a one name.
Oh, yes. And Sonny. And Liberace. I remember Liberace from when I was very small.
Yeah. Yeah, my great grandparents told me about him. That's how long ago it was in my life. Anyway.
So young. Yes.
Getting back to our email from Marc from nudeandhappy.com in France. Can you read the next paragraph?
I certainly can. Anyway, once you realize there's nothing wrong with simple nudity and that, in fact, it's natural, everything clicks. Our bodies have evolved to be free of clothing for thousands of years. When we embrace that simple nudity, our bodies and minds thrive because they are in the way they are meant to be, unclothed. You keep saying to get naked for the right reason, and the right reason for me is that our body has been designed to be naked.
Whoa. Can we get that on a poster and send it to every human being in the world?
I think so. I think this should be everyone's mantra because he's right,
Let's read that again. When we embrace that simple nudity, our bodies and minds thrive. There's the key phrase. Our bodies and minds thrive because they are in the way they were meant to be, unclothed, which is a big part of what I have often said on this show. We're born naked.
Right.
We have a subconscious longing to get back there and stay there because that's the happiest point of our life. We come out, the bright lights, it's like a Broadway show. Hit the bright lights, the curtains go up. I'm on stage. Everyone's cheering and smiling for me because I'm the one star of the moment. I want to get back to that. Who doesn't want that in their life, right?
They certainly do. And, it also kind of goes hand in hand with the fact that I've read that people love to go to the ocean because of the noise and the sound, because it sounds like when you're in the womb, that sloshing of fluid and that warmth and comfort. And that sound is very similar, they feel. And so there is a certain thing about just that whole extension of being naked and being comforted and being, feeling good about yourself and feeling safe. And I think it's, it's just natural for us and we should express that.
Yeah, very much so. And then again, you keep saying to get naked for the right reason. And the right reason for me is that our body has been designed to be naked. Well, there you go. When you do the thing you're supposed to do, it just feels better and life gets better, doesn't it?
It sure does.
All right. Let me finish up his letter. This is what naturism means to me and to many of us. It's not just about being naked, but about being true to who we are deep down and let that express naturally. Well, that's it for now. Have a great day. And as you say, let's head for the hills and get naked! Exclamation point. Nudist regards, Marc. Does not need a last name around here. But he is a nudist. He's the founder and editor of nudeandhappy.com out of France. The link is in the show notes. And we thank Marc very much. What a powerful letter. It's a short email, but power-packed, wasn't it?
It certainly is. And Marc has one of the best abilities to express what it means to be a naturist that I think we've seen out of everyone that we've come across, because he just gets right to the core of what this means and expresses it beautifully. And, I think people should go to his website and read through his articles, because they're just terrific.
Yeah, very well said. Can you do me a favor? Hank's trying to get in the studio. Reach behind you and open the door.
Yes, okay. Come on in, Hank.
Hank, we're still doing the show. What's going on? For some reason, Don just laid himself down on the floor. I hope he's sleeping. He ain't passed out. Should I call somebody? I think that's kind of a natural state when he's not working or doing something of significance. He kind of crashes and burns. Lisa, should we check on him? We're almost done anyway. But
yeah, well, I'll check on him when we're finished here. I'm sure all he needs is a brownie and a cup of coffee.
Okay. Hank, I think we're good to go, and we'll be out there in a couple minutes. And I think as long as he's breathing, he's good to go. Yeah, that's fine. I just want to make sure the boy ain't down on me. No. No, I think he's fine. We'll be right there. All right, Lisa Monroe, what a show this has been. I'll go ahead and finish up if you don't mind checking on Don, make sure he's still with us. I'm sure he is. We don't want
I sure will, and I'll see everybody on Saturday. Bye.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Don's getting up.
Yes, he's okay.
All right, he's fine. Just let everybody know. You don't have to rush out of here, but Don's fine. And we'll have them on again. And as long as you promise to stay clothes-free until Saturday, we'll let you go, and I'll see you next time, Lisa.
All right, very good. And I promise to do that if everybody else does. Bye, guys.
Bye. All righty. Well, I don't know if I need to go lie down, have a good stiff drink. And by the way, we never drink during the day, not alcohol. We might make an exception today. No, I'm just kidding. We won't. Maybe chocolate will do the trick. Hey, when these guys come in, you never know what's going to happen. I'm always on edge trying to make sure we don't get off the beaten path, and hopefully we did not too much. But we thank Don and we thank Hank, and I guess we'll have them on again because we don't seem to learn our lessons around here, but be that as it may. All right. We thank Lisa Monroe as well. She does a whole bunch around here. You know that. Runs the website, does the Tuesday and Wednesday memes that go on social media, does our merchandise, helps with the show, comes in for these two segments, sometimes, as in today, against her better judgment, but at least she shows. So, we appreciate Lisa Monroe for all that she does. And just a reminder, you can reach out to us multiple ways by email, nakedforevermore@gmail.com, or on Twitter, or on Blue Sky. You can reach us on Patreon, our Spotify page, our YouTube page, and even through our website, nakednudistandnaturist.com. And we want to hear from you. Did you enjoy this show? We hope you did. And if you did, let us know. If you did not, I guess let us know. How could you not enjoy today's show? Filled with naked stuff, nudity, nudism, naturism, clothes-free and living for all, and a whole bunch of frolicking around and nonsensical nonsense, just having a good time in the world of naturism. And we want you to come back in just a few days on this Saturday, which will be November 1st. That's hard to believe. Halloween in only 2 days. And then on Saturday, November 1st, we will have episode 137. And our special guest will be Brady Dell. She's the wife of Matt Dell. Matt's the president of Pine Tree Associates Family Nudist Club in Annapolis, Maryland. And Brady does a whole bunch around there, organizes multiple activities, takes care of the pool, teaches swimming, does workouts in the water, teaches those as well. a gifted professional athlete in her own right, also does a lot of naked races, runs in the nude, and wins prizes. And so we'll talk to Brady Dell on this coming Saturday show, which will be episode 137. Well, you've been listening to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 136 today. We give you a brand new show every Saturday morning, 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, and on most Wednesdays, 12 noon Eastern Time. Continue to join us. Check us out on our website, nakednudistandnaturist.com, Spotify, Google, Amazon/Audible, Apple Podcasts, and also on Twitter. You can write us anywhere, anytime, anyplace. And we thank you for being with us today. Plan to join us for every single one of our shows here and have your clothes off when you're listening. We have our clothes off when we're broadcasting, enjoying the naturist life.
We celebrate clothes-free living for all. Remember to enjoy being naked and join us again for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists.
We drop a brand new show every Saturday morning, so come back and join us. Have your clothes off when you do for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists. Have a great clothes-free day.